Thank you. One thing about going into a room when most people are against you, you don't have a lot to lose. I am Dallas Woodhouse. I'm with Americans for Prosperity. That's my day job. I am also treasurer of a group we created, Durham Citizens Against the Food Tax. And we've got a lot of people from my group sort of comes from the libertarian small L side of the aisle. Also got some groups more on the progressive side of that. We've got lots of people, Dr. Levon Allison, my new best friend, been on the phone there every day working about how to defeat this tax. Can you help me 1 second? Do you mind maybe just giving a few of these out so people... Okay, just pass them around. Take a look at it, throw it away. I got so many of them, I'm going to do them, so it's okay. Let me just say a couple of words. I don't want to take too much of your time. I appreciate the fact that you're willing to come out here and be involved in your community and care what happens. I think that's really important. It's a bad tax. Vote against it. Thank you. Good night. Look, there are a lot of questions about this tax, and I'm opposed to this tax anywhere it's levied. And if I have my way someday in my home county, Wake County will repeal it. This tax is regressive. This tax proposes to tax people who go to Bojangles to get a biscuit on the way to work, or tax people who, I was at the Town and Country convenience store on Fayetteville Street yesterday. People tax to go in there to grab something on their lunch break to go back to work. It proposes to tax those people to build Jim Goodman, a multi-millionaire, a minor league baseball museum. Now, we disagree with the Taste of Durham committee's figures that 60% of this, 40% of this is paid by outsiders. The Restaurant Association will tell you it's more like 20% is paid by outsiders, about 80% locally. But let's just split the difference. You're still talking about an overwhelming majority of it paid by local residents. Local residents that are unlikely to go to a minor league baseball museum. Far more people would have to pay the tax than are going to go to the baseball museum. If they want to build a baseball museum, and I'm not against baseball, let Jim Goodman add $1 onto the price of the tickets of the Durham Bulls. Let him add 2/4 to the price of beer. And let people who want to go to the baseball museum pay for it. It is wrong, in our opinion, both as the Americans for Prosperity Organization and the Durham Citizens Against the Food Tax, to coerce taxpayers to pay more for necessity to fund items which may be desirable, can hardly be called high priorities of government. Not funding schools, not funding roads, not funding police, not funding fire, not funding EMS, not funding the core functions that government is supposed to do. Now, I'm in this building tonight, and it's an interesting place. I've never been here. Beautiful community, by the way. Wonderful for the Herald Sun to provide it for good groups like you to be able to meet in. They've seen a lot of job layoffs here. Jim knows at News and Observer they've seen a lot. My old business, broadcasting, seen a lot of job cuts there. Businesses are having to make choices about what to do, some very difficult choices. We don't seem to see government making some choices about whether these are things. This money comes out of people's pockets. It doesn't come out of nowhere. And you raised an interesting question, something I wanted to address. I feel sure, and I can tell you, working with the North Carolina Restaurant Association on this issue, they feel perfectly comfortable training their own workers. They don't want to be taxed so the government can enter a plan to do that. They can train their own workers. And I think there's something else to say. There is no imminent property tax increase if this isn't done. They'll run the commissioners, in my opinion, out of town if they raise property taxes to build a baseball museum. It's not popular. That's why there's an attempt to do it with this tax. Because, in my opinion, this tax has less accountability. You pay this tax in dribs and drabs, and it's harder to figure out where it's going, and this type of thing, as opposed to a property tax bill. People get it. I mean, why does people, and I deal with this all over the place, why do people get so upset about property taxes? I mean, some people think they're unfair, some people think, whatever. They are deductible off your federal income tax, unlike this tax would be. That's one important point. But people get a bill, they see what the cost is see what the cost of government is, and then they can make a decision of whether they think they're getting appropriate government services for what it's costing them. This tax doesn't really do that. It's sort of hidden, little here, little there. I mean, I think that's the problem. One of the problems with this tax. I've been criticized because I call it a food tax. Restaurants don't sell chairs. They don't sell tablecloths. They don't sell light fixtures. They sell food. Supermarket, where you will pay this tax, not on everything and not on most things, but if you buy this, a cup of chili, you'll pay it. Well, that's chili, I'm sorry. This soup, look about the same. Cup of coffee, slice of pizza. You'll pay it on that. And you'll pay almost 8 cents on the dollar now will be the new tax. It'll go 6.75 to 7.75. I mean, you know, rounded up to 8 cents on the dollar for the pleasure of buying food between the state of Texas, North Carolina, and the county of Durham. Whereas your groceries are taxed at 2 cents. You got to make a determination, and the people in Durham are going to make their determination on Tuesday whether they think they're undertaxed, or whether they think they're taxed appropriately, or perhaps overtaxed. I got involved because I helped defeat this tax in the Union County town of Monroe, where we made mostly the same arguments. That it is a tax that is regressive, it's a bad tax, it is also, in the opinion of some of my partners, and I would agree with this, somewhat unfair to one industry. I mean, if these are important projects, why aren't we taxing Lowe's home improvement store? Why aren't we taxing the sale of hardware and nuts? I mean, why is it, you know, what's the connection between eating at Bojangles and going to the baseball museum? I mean, what is the connection there? And I think it's also, you know, important to remember, and look, I've been criticized because I don't live here, although I have spent a lot of time here through the years, and that's okay. I mean, everybody's got their own opinion. But, you know, there is a potential statewide impact on this. I mean, one of the big reasons that I read about in the newspaper that some people want this tax is we have it in Wake County. Well, see, that's what happens. You have it in Wake County, then Cumberland County wants it, and then Durham County wants it, and next thing you know, billions and more are being taken out of the taxpayers' pockets across the state because everybody wants it. We've seen that with occupancy taxes. We now pay in virtually every county in the state. So with that, I am going to stop talking. I do appreciate your time, and I encourage you to vote no.